You were faced with an issue on a similar product with Coors Light. Walk me through how you would take a product like that, or how you did take a product like that, and differentiate that in the marketplace.
And this is great for any business owner of any size. There are four parts of my framework of influence. For one, who is your ideal customer? Who specifically is really perfect for you? Who really are you influencing? Number two is, what are your insights about them, their mindset? What do they want more of? What do they want less of? What do they hope for? And what do they fear? And then the third question is, okay, well, based on those insights, what you know they want more of or less of, or what they're frustrated about, what is the promise you're going to make? What is the outcome you as a business owner are going to promise to them? Which, by the way, is the one that we're all really good at. We're really good at figuring out the promise. Hey, work with us. We're going to give you higher quality. We're going to give you better service. We're going to give you better results. We're good at making the promises. The problem is most business owners of all sizes don't finish the sentence of influence. They don't finish the fourth question. Number one, who are you influencing? Two, what are your insights? Three, what's the promise you make? Four, what's your because? What's your proof? What's the proof that you're going to deliver the promise? So if you think about Coors Light, what we did was back then in the early 2000s, all beer advertising was rah, rah, party, party, fun, fun. It's great. Woohoo. You're going to look cool at the party. Like there was nothing to do about the beer. So a bunch of us had come in from other kinds of companies, Procter and Gamble, and other consumer companies that weren't in the rah rah cool cool beer industry. And we said, I wonder if you can use the same strategies that you use for, like you guys said, paper towels or shampoo or whatever, to sell beer. Well, question one, who are you influencing? Well, the answer isn't actually everybody, and here's why. Because people say, oh, light beer, that's probably good for women or middle-aged men or whatever. Okay, women drink 25% of the volume of the beer in the United States. Men drink 75%. So men are a better target. 21 to 24-year-old men drink 8 times more light beer than older men because they're very high volume users. A few nights a week, they're drinking with their buddies, several beers a night. That's your ideal customer, 21 to 24-year-old men. Then we asked a bunch of them, what do you care about for light beer? And they said things like, relaxation, low carbs, low calories, great taste, good value, right? Because they're young. And funny ads. They really wanted funny ads. And then they said cold beer. And we're like, really? Cold beer? Like, okay. But then we looked at our competitors and we said, well, Bud Light was already trying to be cool at the party and like socially acceptable, although maybe they've gotten off the rails on that. And then Miller Lite was great taste, less filling, low carbs, low calories. So we're left with cold beer. So question number 3, what's the promise? The promise is, hey, our beer will be colder. Yeah, no one's going to believe that. And this is the mistake that business owners make. We make this promise, these promises. Hey, buy from us and we'll give you a better experience. And we say these things and they might even be true.
We have great
but
service. Yeah.
yeah, our brains don't believe it, right? So when you say something and make a promise, but you don't finish that sentence of influence with the proof, it sounds like fluff. If we came out, listen to this, if we came out and said, hey, buy Coors Light, our beer is colder. Like that is extremely like not believable, like that extra not believable, right? So here's what we did. Who are you targeting? Who's your real good customers? 2, what are their insights? What do they care about? You got to understand that. That's the foundation. Based on that, what is the promise you're going to make? And then what's your proof? And at Coors Light, we didn't have very good proof, right? What are you going to say to make people believe their beer is colder? The first innovation that I rolled out was called the Frost Brew Liner Can. Now, this one comes before the one with the mountains that turn blue. This one is one where inside the aluminum can, there's a blue liner. Well, here's the secret about consumers, audience members. When I speak, they're always like, oh, blue liner. Oh, yeah, that probably, it insulates the can. I'm like, yeah, or
Or it's blue.
Or it's
Right.
exactly, it's blue. Yeah. People are like, what do you mean? I'm like, here's the secret of the Frost Brew liner can. Every aluminum can ever made has had a liner inside of it because you can't put beer next to
Hmm.
aluminum or it will corrode. We put a clear liner inside the can so the beer didn't touch the aluminum. In our case, we turned it blue and we gave it a fancy name. We called it the Coors Light Frost Brew Liner Can. Here's what happened. Flat light beer industry. Nobody could gain any share. We turned our liner blue. The first year we turned it blue, we increased our sales by $100 million.
That's
5%
amazing.
growth. Yeah, 5% growth in cans of Coors Light because it had a blue liner.
Yeah, in that saturated market, that's massive.